Okay, that is the standard contact period is 30 minutes, and the free available chlorine or residual chlorine available in water is 0.2 milligram per liter. That is the standard norms. Usually if a residual chlorine of 0.2 milligram per liter is available in water, means it satisfies all the requirements, that is the oxidation of the impurities and as well as disinfection of the microorganisms. And here it is mentioned, the dosage of chlorine will depend on the impurities present in water. It usually varies from 0.2 to 1 ppm. So usually the dosage of chlorine, it is 0.2 is very low. Usually it is more than that. If it is almost pure, then you can have just a 0.2 ppm, that is 0.2 milligram per liter. Usually it is 1 milligram per liter or 1 ppm, the dose we used in many of the public water supply system. And that is the conventional standard value, but you have to work out the dosage based on the requirements. Based on the requirements means, what are the requirements? First one is the disinfection, then second one is the oxidation of the organic and as well as the inorganic impurities present in the water, is it? So this value you have to identify by doing the testing in the field. Okay, now this excess chlorine will give bad taste and smell. Usually in rural areas we used to provide more chlorine, residual chlorine, since it needs to transmit a long distance, and by the time it reaches the end consumer, the end user, the residual chlorine available will be very, very low. But at the same time, in urban areas, again we used to have more residual chlorine, that means more than 0.2 ppm. Usually it is 0.3 to 0.4 ppm, because we expect some contamination of water during its transmission. During its transmission, there may be some chances of entry of the wastewater or some drainage water or some rainwater from the outside because of the small leaks in the pipeline. That is what we expect in urban areas, and rural areas it is because we want to transmit the water for a long distance. These are some of the concepts which we practiced in the field. Okay, so now we got the points. First one is the chlorine dosage, then the chlorine demand and the residual chlorine, is it? So the dosage you have to fix every time depending upon the nature of the water, is it? The nature of the disinfectant, the temperature of the water, the pH of the water, is it? And the what is that? The purity of your disinfectant. All these will affect your disinfection process as well as the efficiency of the disinfection. That is what we explained here. Now, what are the forms of application of chlorine? How you can apply the chlorine? Forms of application of chlorine. Chlorine may be applied to water in one of the following forms. First one is the bleaching powder or hypochlorite, that is bleaching powder or hypochlorite powder. The chemical expression for the bleaching powder or calcium hypochlorite is CaOCl twice. So that is the bleaching powder, that is the powder which we used to buy from the labs or some shops. We can buy it, and that particular bleaching powder, its chemical name is calcium hypochlorite, CaOCl twice, and the following reactions occurs as it is mixed with water. When it is mixed with water, what happens?